Hi everyone, you can see I have a cake tin on the table. I've been out of cooking cakes for a fair few years, but I was cooking cakes way back. I've been cooking them for a fair while. I'm going to show you how I line my cake tin. This is a newer style cake tin. I found this on eBay. It's a beautiful tin. And this is a 20, just over a 20 centimeter tin. It is an aluminium tin, and I like it. I used to have the old tins, the old style tins that were Wastom tins. They're okay. Now that's the tin. I have already pre-cut the the here's glad bake. This is what I use to line with. And you can see on the table there is no oil or no butter to put inside the tin because Glad Bake does not stick to the tin. And as well, I don't use I can't use any oil or anything like that extra because I have a major heart disease that I have to watch my fat intake. I'm going to bring the tin line, the glad bake lining over. I've pre-cutted it, everything, and I'm going to show you what I have done with it. Just going to put the tin just back out of the way. I'm going to bring it in. This is it here. You can see it's here. That's it. There it is, all done. That's the centre. That's the inside paper. That's one full sheet being folded in half and cut. I do not cut this edge. And with me not greasing it, I've never greased this baking paper. I never have to grease this baking paper. With me not have to grease it, that's why I've left that like that, uncut. So they just go in easy. Now, I used to trim the edges that were folded in, but I think I might start to leave it untrimmed. But this will slot straight in that tin. I'll get the tin for you and I'll show it to you. It's all done. You can see it's all done. I'll just pick up the tin and I'll drop this in. And you will notice the paper is a lot higher. A lot higher. I'll explain that to you, the reason why it's a lot higher. Now, I'm going to put the bottom paper in. That's the back, and I'm just going to drop her in. She's going to go right down in, and it's in. It's gone in absolutely beautiful. Now, the reason why I leave this extra height of paper, of the Glad baking paper, that's two layers as well. And I feed them in together. You can see there, that's like that. Why I leave that higher is when you've got the cake in and it's in the oven for so long, if you cut this off at this height and you have it rise a little bit, if your cake rises a fraction and you have that heat over time, it's going to dry out the top of the cake and it's going to dry it out all over. Leaving this, I have done this for years. I've left this extra paper up. I've done this, and I've been told by some top A grade people with the CWA, that's the Country Women's Association. They have told me to leave this when you're doing fruitcakes. Even my late nan used to leave a high ridge. She used to use brown paper, but she'd have to grease it. And then when I put the cake in, I get a double sheet of Glad Bake and I lay it over top. I lay it over top of the thing, of it, and that stops more heat from going into there, but it keeps the heat here as well. But the heat doesn't go in; it protects it. And I'm going to show you something else that I'm going to be doing for the very first time I've never done before. Oh, I tried one once before and it failed, but I don't think I had the right thing to do with it. So I'm just going to pause this for a sec and I'm going to get two extra things to show you what I'm going to start doing this year as well. What I'm going to be trying for the very first time. This is a 2 litre Christmas pudding. This I've never ever cooked a Christmas pudding. So I did once with a cloth, but it failed. I'm going to give it a second go. But I've got a steamer and the cloth. That's the cloth there, and there's a thing there how to treat this cloth. But this is the 2 litre steamer. It's in it. You are solid. You have to grease this and put a little bit of glad bake in the bottom of it, and put stuff over it as well. I'll bring up my boiler I have got. What I'm going to put this into. This is a pre-cut cloth. I have to treat this cloth first before I use it and stuff, and to make the skin on the pudding, you have to put plain flour into it while this is hot. This has to be boiled and stuff for a while to have this done right. So these are the two things I'm going to be trying. Is that. I'm going to bring up the boiler for the steam pudding to show you. That's the big boiler. In here, I've got the recipe. That is a bread and butter plate. When you do them, I was told and I've read, you got to put that into the boiler first. Put that in there. Then put your pudding in, and then pour your water in. So you put your bottom of the dish is not touching that. That's how they burn. That's what I have to do. And here I've found a recipe for the 2 litre steamer. So that's what I've got. And in here is a recipe in this here. So I just thought I'd wash them. Now I just thought I'd let you see what I'm getting back into and doing myself. As well, I want to do these for myself, plus I want to do them as well for shows. There's a show coming up next year. I want to get back in and doing cooking for a show. It's a local show, about 70 k's away from me. I want to do both puddings. I want to do the cakes and everything for the show. Okay, so you will get to see my fruit cake. Now, my fruit cake, I'm sorry to say, you'll only get to see the start of it. And this boiler is what I will be starting my fruit cake off in this. It's a boiled fruit cake. You'll see the fruit in there. But the mixing of it, no, because there's secret ingredients going into that. You will see it once it's all mixed up, and you'll see it going into the tin, because I'll be getting things ready soon. So this is the time now when you do cook a fruit cake for Christmas, so they set properly. Even for shows, you cook them now and let them set. So I just thought I'd show you what I will be doing later on. Okay, catches, bye.